Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Nights. I forgot the name of the show and my greeting and everything all in one step. Thanks for joining us here on this wonderful Saturday afternoon for some more Saturday Nights Thunderball. I saw the echo, did not hear the echo. I appreciate the effort, though. Good hustle. We are here to play some more D&D today. Down a couple of players, but we're just going to keep on trucking along. Before I get into the recap of what happened last session, a couple of announcements for what's coming up in the next week. Tomorrow we will have our next session of Slang 101, our Monster of the Week campaign, the Savannah runs. It'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm also going to probably do a stream around noon tomorrow in anticipation for our one-shot on Monday, which is going to be the second sort of play testing of Carbon Banner, which is a Power by the Apocalypse mech fighting game that I've been working on for about a year now. And tomorrow at noon, I'm going to stream my session prep for it to kind of go through the rule book and talk about it a bit. All my players from Monday are going to be prohibited from watching, but if you're not playing, come watch. Unless you don't want spoilers, then don't. But it'll be a good time to go through the rule book, and I'm going to kind of go through some of the stuff that I've added for like GM assistance and things like that. So it should be informative and a good glimpse at the game as it currently stands. Monday, like I said, we're going to be playing Carbon Banner at 8:30 Eastern time until around 10:30. It's going to be a shorter, kind of punchier game. So come and watch. Tuesday, we will have the next session of AOS, our other D&D 5th edition campaign run by Barry. Hopefully he's feeling better by then to keep it going. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then on Thursday, we will have our next All Myths Are True, where we're playing Tales from the Loop, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I think that's it for the week, and then next Sunday we'll be back for our Pathfinder. Well, we'll announce it. Not Pathfinder. We're switching to D&D 5th edition because we never learned how to play that game. A lot of reasons for it. We'll talk about it at the beginning of the next session, but we're converting over. But our Pursuit of the Black Kestrel, which is another going to be another 5th edition like miniseries that we're doing. We're at the halfway point, gearing up for the second half of this adventure. I think that's it as far as announcements. Do any of you have anything that I missed or that you're doing throughout the week that you want to plug? No. Okay. Well, as usual, check out our Discord, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. So, getting back into the game, I want to change the music just because it helps me transition. We'll go with this. It's technically the pre-game music that I have labeled, but I think it works for what happened last time. Last time on Thunderball, your team was taking on the Call Rock Reef Hunters, one of the big 6 teams of the Balabar Thunderball League, the weakest of the bunch, but still a prominent fixture in Balabar and in the league. You had started last session with a lead against the Reef Hunters, a 1-0 lead, with them taking the ball to start the second set. And over the course of that session, you continued to shut them down in almost every area, just brutalizing their team. I think it was a hard-fought match. You, with a lot of people going down at various points, and it was a bit of a struggle, but in the end, you emerged victorious, 3-0, shutting out Call Rock at home on their home stadium to claim a decisive victory against a higher ranked team. So, without too much else, that's where we're going to pick up here today, is in the immediate aftermath of that victory. The stadium is quietly filing out. There's a small collection of Griffin fans, the faithful that have traveled from Grey Coast to watch you play, in the corner of the stadium on their designated seating, and they cheer and wave and yell down at you as you all head into the tunnel and back into the locker rooms to celebrate the six of you having won your first official match of the season. What do you do to celebrate? What does this look like? Are you guys just like, you knew it, stoic, just gonna hit the showers and get ready to train the next day?
Nah.
He is doing cartwheels.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty
tunnel.
wild in there.
Yeah, I think Tuggless is just kind of losing his whole mind.
His whole
Like-
mind.
my whole gourd. Somehow is able to summon spirit guardians to just kind of shoot off into the air again.
As you're like losing your mind and stuff, and you see Alden Tross, your promoter, that is in the corner, and he's like frantically, I think he has like a sending stone up to his ear, like a cell phone, and he's like
Yes.
just like talking to somebody just a mile a minute, and it clearly has something in the works. And your coach, Yuri, comes in last after all of you have run in and are running around cartwheeling and banging on the lockers and celebrating, and you'll get a little bit quiet, and as he's looking out at you, and he says, I wrote a speech in case if we ended up winning this, because I'm not very good with words, as you might know. And he like fumbles into his pocket and like pulls out a piece of paper that's just probably like soaked with sweat from the how intense that match was from even the side of the field. Pulls it out and he unfolds it a couple times and good job. And then he folds it back up and sticks it in his pocket.
He gets up on the bench and is cheering wildly.
Very good.
And
Cheers.
he cracks a slight smile and he says, but really, that was a good game. I don't know what to say. You've well, it's hard to imagine that after that the league isn't going to look at the Griffins a little differently. So I'm excited to see what the start of the week brings, where the rankings fall out, and I'm sure Dross over there has something in the works for our next match. But till then, get some rest. I'll have your pay for you in a minute once I get it from the officials, and go celebrate.
Got to be a bar in this town, right?
We're gonna go to all the bars.
Oh, didn't we go to the
Ouch.
stable last time, or
Yeah,
what was it called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, the stable is where you were last time.
Oh my god, I just remembered there's a bar in my hometown called The Stable.
Nuh-uh.
Is there really?
I'm not kidding. Or Stables. Either way. Like,
Well, send us pictures so we know what it looks like.
I'm gonna go find it on Google.
I want to know.
So yeah, Yuri, that's all your coach has to say. I think you guys get changed and get your equipment off and get your streetwear, whatever, shower, and whatever else, your streetwear, whatever that looks like, and then eventually the league officials come in, wheeling a small like cart, and they pull out a number of coins for you in small like wooden boxes that they place out on a table near the doors of the locker room, and you all receive 1,000 gold for your win, and then the those of you that have your promotion or promoted
The sponsored
items.
prizers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get an additional 50 coins.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes. All right, because I'm
Uh,
promoting Ursa's guild currently.
Yeah.
So you said 1,000.
Let me double check because no 500. Sorry, not 1,000.
No, it's already in my
Damn.
pocket.
Yeah.
No take
Sorry.
backsies.
500, not 1,000, and then additional 50 for each of you.
Got it.
Ooh.
Heck. That's still quite a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. All right. So you get all your money. You get clean, smelling nice. A bit tired, but you're all good to go. So where do you go? Do you go back to the stable? Do you guys want to immediately go shopping? What do you do?
Probably party first, and then maybe some shopping
Yeah.
like tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
I wanna
what
see-
I was thinking too.
I want to see if any of the other team has come out or if they all just went home. I want to be friends with them.
Okay.
Not
so
all of us are
you-
jerks.
You wait because as the stadium's filing out, I mean, you've done this enough. Those of you that have a little more experience playing, is most teams wait until the stadium's kind of filled out to exit, so you're not having to go through the throngs of people that are heading into the city. And so as you are leaving out through some of the official exits, not the public exits and entrances, you come out, I think, in the tunnels, like you come face to face with the reef hunter. I'm actually gonna change the music now. We'll go back to our upbeat music. As you are heading down through the tunnels, you come face to face with the reef hunters. Also showered, changed in their streetwear, but a little kind of like, little rain clouds hanging up over their heads, a little bit dejected. And you guys all kind of see each other, and you awkwardly come to the same stop as you're heading through the tunnels. And I think Bruca locks eyes with Ace, and then goes to move forward, then Tuss puts out a hand and just stops her, and they have a little bit of a scuffle, and then Ace is kind of, I don't know what Ace would say in this moment if he's going to be shitty.
Something aggressive.
I won't make that character decision for Barry, but I think Ace just kind of keeps to the back a little bit. I think totally unaware at this point of what's going on, probably just getting his dragon hoodie or dragon onesie adjusted.
Yeah.
And then Fisky steps forward. The team captain, the dwarven woman, steps forward and good game.
You too.
She kind of motions, jerks her head to the side and to keep walking out the tunnels, or not just all staying there awkwardly, but keeps in conversation with y'all and says, "I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pissed to hell right now with how that all went. It's a little embarrassing losing 3-0 at your home stadium, so you'll forgive me if I'm a little short for words right now."
We all played very well, even though the score doesn't reflect that.
Yeah, it wasn't for nothing.
Tuss, the big Furbolg archer, says, "See, that's what I was saying. It's not really about the score in the end. It's just about how you played."
You terrify me.
Tuss looks to you with his sort of cow eyes, his ears go down a little bit, and he looks at you and says, "Well, why would you say that?"
I mean this as a compliment on the field.
Yeah,
You're sort of terrifying.
I
Yeah,
think
you're like a fighter.
I think Douglas lifts up his shirt and he goes "Look at these arrow marks."
He says,
That
"Oh,
thing
I'm
packs a punch."
sorry if I hurt you too much, but we're just all trying to do our best out there." And Burka kind of scoffs, and little gnomish woman kind of like, she also has kind of like the fantasy equivalent of a hoodie, and she's got like her hood pulled up a little bit. It's like a monk fantasy casual athletic wear, and she says, "Some of us are good sports out there, at least."
And you're like a team all your own.
She says, "Thanks. Didn't feel like it was worth much out there, but thanks."
Sorry I stomped on you. Well, sorry is not the right word. I hope you're not hurt.
Well, at least I got a couple of you good a few times. Kind of looking over at you, Ursa, from the time that I think remembering
she
fondly
wrecked
the
me.
time that she got to stun you and beat the shit out
That
of you a
was
little bit.
also terrifying.
Yeah. You have to
she
show me
sort of-
how you did that. I just could not even move after you hit me that first time.
Sure, perks up a bit. She said, "Oh, it's all in the placement. So you just kind of go for the solar plexus and then follow it up with a few jabs to vital areas. It kind of overwhelms the nervous system with pain, and to the point that you just really can't move. Here, I'll." And she like kind of goes to demonstrate it a little bit.
It's
seeming
like
really
a little
into,
nervous
like,
for a minute, and then it's like, okay, it's fine.
Douglas says, "I can do that too. It's called inflict wounds."
Oof.
They just like all glare at you, Douglas, and like they're like the whole team, like if this was an anime, all their expressions just go like shaded and dark as they stare at you from the devastation that you caused their team, and then they sort of perk up a little bit, and remembering that it's just a game.
Well, we're going drinking. You come with us?
First round's on us.
They pause for a second, and Burka again stares at Ace a bit, and then Fisky slaps her on the back and says, "I don't see why not. Should be good sports about it. I'm sure we'll be playing each other again soon enough, so should at least try to be friends with each other, right?"
You never have too many friends.
So they all nod, and they agree to go hang out with you. And Lee, who's been very quiet throughout this exchange because I forgot she was here, kind of goes into she kind of says as you're walking along the way, she says, "Yeah, I feel like that game would have been gone a lot differently if oh, hold on, I can't remember the name of the character that I created. If Sephi had been here." Fisky kind of tenses up a little bit and says, "We don't need to be talking about her now." And Elise says, "But you have to admit, we haven't been the same this season since she left. We got to find someone else. We're just going to keep losing like this unless we can fill out our roster a bit more. I mean, the Scorpion stuff was fine. It's just not really the same as having somebody, trained on the team." And Fisky just shakes her head and keeps walking forward, not really acknowledging the comments. Seems very agitated by Sephi being brought up.
That's the player that left their team for another one, right?
Yeah, that is Fisky's niece, and yeah, a former member of the team. She left to go play for the Prowlers, the Ildar team, and like the second ranked team in the country.
Oh dang!
I just kind of like lower my voice and I look at Lee and be like, bad blood.
She looks at you and like walks a little bit slower to peel back and says, "You don't know the half of it.
No.
Sephi's not as bad as Fisky might make her sound, but yeah, they just never were on the same page. Something
did she
about
leave?
her. Fisky's a great team captain. She just she has a certain way she likes doing things, and you know, it's kind of her way or the highway a lot of the time, which she knows what she's doing. She's a good captain. She's been doing this for a long time now. But you know, sometimes new stuff is good, and that's what Sephi wanted, but Fisky wouldn't have it.
Name of the game sometimes.
But Sephi's doing well for herself, at least. I mean, playing for Ildar, they're the best shot at taking down the Hellfire at this point, so it's a match everyone's waiting to see.
Sure, it'll be exciting.
Right?
Or do you know? Maybe somebody else.
She looks at you and kind of cocks an eyebrow and says, "So your team seems like it's got high hopes then?"
No point in being down all the time.
Fair enough. So, can I expect see the Griffins in the tournament in a couple months?
We're gonna do our damnedest.
Well, hopefully we can scrape our way in. Not sure if we'll be able to stay in the top 10 after today.
You come back around. But that's
Well,
a
if you're
problem
doing-
for tomorrow.
Right. Drinking now. We'll talk business later. And you guys keep walking, and you hear some heavy footfalls behind you, and Ursa, you turn around and you see a tall human man kind of jogging up to catch up, not really winded by it, but a familiar figure, Victor.
Yes.
And he comes up behind and everyone kind of stops and turns around, and you hear some like whispering between Fisky and a couple of the others, and says, "Is that Victor Volman?" And kind of like recognizing him immediately. And Victor says, "Ursa, glad I got to see you before you got going. That was a good match. And the rest of
Hey.
you, of course. I don't think I've met all of you. Fisky, it's been a while." And Fisky says, "Yep, that's him." And he comes up and says, "I just wanted to congratulate all of you on your performance here today. It was quite something, to say the least. I hope I get to play against all of you in the coming months."
Yeah, glad you got to see it. Don't take too many secret notes on us, though.
Right. Well, there's only so much I can do. It's hard for me not to notice a few things while we're watching the matches. I'll keep as much to myself as I can. I'm sure Elsa's going to want to know everything, but we'll talk about that later. So, I've got to get going, but it was good to see you, Ursa, and I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, we'll see you very soon. We're going drinking also. You're welcome to join us.
I'd stay if I could, but I've got a few prior arrangements that I need to take care of.
Right.
He smiles and gives a wave and kind of goes walking off down one of the side streets into a different area of the city. And as soon as he walks away, Lee turns to you and says, "Now, how do you know Victor Volden?"
Well, sort of trained with him.
Really?
But my father was a Thunderball trainer and taught him everything he knew, and me as well.
Jeez, is he still working? Because we could really use a trainer like that.
I mean, he's kind of taking a break from things, but
Ah,
I could
shame.
see.
Well, if he was able to train someone like Victor, I can only imagine what he'd be able to do with anyone else with more than half a brain. But sorry, you're friends. I know that was mean.
It's all right.
Victor is he's a nice enough guy, but is kind of all about the sport. Doesn't seem like there's anything else except for arc spheres up there.
Yeah, he's always been a little bit focused.
Yeah. Hell of a player, though. All right, drinks then. She claps her hands together, and you all head back to the stable.
Unless they suggest somewhere else.
No, I think it's the popular place in town. It's
Okay.
the biggest bar. I have a sports bar nearby, but it's got reputation for a lot of athletes drinking there. So a lot of the teams will go there to drink after the matches, and the citizens of the town and the fans tend to be as unobtrusive as possible. But yeah, you grab some drinks. I
Is
assume
there
some of
any
you got
reaction when the team that shut down the hometown team walks in?
Yeah, so I think there is some as you walk into the bar, there is like record scratch and a couple some of the maybe more drunk members of the bar immediately start like boo, and there's like a little bit of like muffled booing, and then Fisky like waves a hand, immediately says, no, there'll be none of that now. They're drinking with us and they've shown us some courtesy of doing us that favor, so I won't have anyone besmirching the Griffins while they're here. You can do that after they leave. And they everyone starts to calm down and leave you alone. So you all sit down and have some drinks and enjoy your evening. Anything else you guys want to ask? Any conversations you want to have, or anyone specifically you want to talk to?
I think if Truffy has enough knowledge of like warlocks and patrons to understand what Lee does, and then try and have a chat about patrons, and that's just gonna probably confuse the poor woman.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone wants to understand the nature of Elmo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's a tiefling. She's got warlock powers. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, she goes into it, it's like tells you like it's a family thing. You know, it's just kind of something that my mom was able to do and her dad was able to do, and just like, you know, I didn't want to go into, you know, the military or whatever else I might do, or didn't really want to research and go to the academy and go over to the Imperium or something. And I thought, hey, you know, sports sounds fun. I've always been a little more outdoors and running around, jumping, climbing trees, stuff like that. Not really about sitting inside reading books. So yeah, it's worked out nice. You know, strange dreams every now and then, but who doesn't get those?
Yeah, I mean that's most nights, but I've come to enjoy them.
Yeah, a lot of fire in my. Do you get a lot of fire in yours?
Yeah, that's a pretty common theme.
Red meme. She says, yeah, it's hard to explain to people. It's nice to meet somebody else that kind of goes through the same thing. You know, I've never heard of Elmo before, but that's I'll look into that.
Yeah, I don't know that he has much of a following. I mean, I've got a shrine to him set up back in Grey Coast, but you know, everyone in town just thinks I'm a little eccentric.
Well, nothing wrong with being eccentric. Gets their attention at least. So that's like 90% of the sport. It's branding. I'm sure there'll be Elmo t-shirts and Elmo action figures and stuff from in the next few months, given your team's recent success. So
Here's hoping.
So yeah, anyone else have any conversations they want to have with any other characters?
Yeah, I asked
just a lot
Tusk
of
where he learned
ace
to
and-
shoot.
He says, oh, it's just something that I've been able to do since I was really young. My parents taught me as part of my duties for my in my clan, and it's just something I've always done. It's hard to explain. I couldn't really teach anyone. It's a little too intuitive for me now, but I'm sure I could give some pointers if you needed them.
Bow's not really my type.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you lift that big hammer of yours. I couldn't do that. So, everyone has their own skills and their own unique abilities. I think everyone has their own path and path to walk and place in life.
I just lifted heavier and heavier things.
That'll do it too. Yeah. That's a beautiful conversation. Anyone else want to talk to anyone? Like I said before, it's just Bruca and Ace glaring at each other from across the table. The entire
silent
meal
images, the anime, the sparks hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining every time one takes a drink, the other takes a little bit more of their drink, and they just kind of go back and forth
until they're both just by the end of the night when you guys are about to pack up, they're both just passed out drunk.
Yeah.
And Tuss just sort of picks Bruca up by the back of her hoodie and says, "I should probably be getting her back home."
It took a lot of drink for someone so small.
She puts away a lot more than you'd expect. Drink has drunk me under the table a few times, so.
Oh, we should let me look at Ace real quick.
Ace is
He's
just
not
snoring
dead.
under the table. He's just
Alcohol poisoning.
No, he's probably actually perched up in a rafter or something asleep.
Oh, cute.
And you guys have to put a chair on top of the table to get up there and pull him down for someone to just throw him over Alessa's back and carry him home.
Little sleepy bird.
And you guys head back to your hotel, your inn for the evening to chill and pass out probably. The next day you wake feeling hungover if you drink that much, or sore from the prior day's events. Put on some more chiller music. We'll go with that. Sleepy time music. So yeah, wait the next day. Beautiful day in Call Rock. I think the storm had the rain has passed. It's sunny. You can catch a little bit of that ocean breeze coming in from the port. What do you guys want to do? The plan is to head back whenever y'all are ready. But you go to Arcanum's and buy some stuff if you want to.
Yeah, I want to buy some stuff.
All right. I don't remember if it's been so long. I don't remember if any of the stuff I have on here is stuff that I've added.
Looks like
since
a
the
couple
last time.
things. There's now the ones I noticed were the silver-lined playbook and the whistle of clarity. I think those are new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which the silver-lined playbook is worth 500 gold pieces, valued at 500 gold pieces, and is a pocketbook printed with the best strategies conceived by the most gifted players and coaches in the history of Thunderball League. If you spend time at the beginning of a match or during a timeout consulting this playbook, you can make a DC 15 intelligence check. On a success, you give one player on your team +1 to all ability checks and attack rolls until the end of the next set. So little boost for your teammates or yourself. And if you succeed by 5 or more, you can give this bonus to 2 players.
That's cool.
Fortunately, I don't think anyone on our team is super gifted in the intelligence department.
Let's see. I know you asked earlier what is mine. Mm,
Yeah, mine's only 11.
12.
Mine's an 8.
Oh no.
Are we a low int team?
Yes,
Hmm.
this rules.
We're a wisdom. We're a wisdom team.
Yeah, we are. I'm 16 in wisdom.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I don't think anyone has over a +1 modifier in
Oh, really?
intelligence, so
Yeah.
yeah. That's funny. Maybe we'll rework that for you guys to be able to use it, but we'll see. The other one is the Whistle of Clarity,
I was looking at
which
that
is
one.
a brass whistle, 300 gold pieces, a brass whistle, perfectly polished, which emits a shrill yet soothing tone. You can use an action to blow this whistle to allow one creature to immediately make a saving throw with advantage against a charm or fear effect.
Oh.
So good for those some of those spellcasters that would be especially good against your team. But I'm sure you guys will encounter more people using effects like that in later matches.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's all the standard stuff, and then there's a general pricing link. Once again, if you want to buy anything that is that's off the menu here, from like any magic items or anything like that, that is in like the that pricing guide, which is just the what is it called? The same pricing
magical prices.
Okay, because I was just gonna ask about that because I think I want to get some armor and I couldn't remember how we were doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Which I understand that artifacts are supposed to be rare and expensive, but then it's like the base +1 of an item I want is 12,000 gold.
Which one?
The Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yeah. So the regular Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Is there one?
I
I
think
thought
it's
they were just in the plus ranges.
I thought there was, or maybe there is. Well, yeah. So the Rod of the Pact Keeper, I think, is priced that way because it is such a, it is a very powerful item to just be able to get your spell slots back as like an action. Is one of the reasons they have it priced as such. Yeah, no, it's just the +1 Rod of the Pact Keeper. I don't know why I was.
There's also the part of me that's just like, because I am also picking up defensive items for Truffy too, so he has the Stick of Throwing and maybe the Gloves of Catching or the Wrist Brace of Support. It's like, how many Gloves of Catching do we have among the team already? I think like 2 at least.
Yeah, I have a pair.
Somebody else does.
I want to say
Ace.
Yeah, because Ace gave me his.
That's right.
I have a Wrist Brace of Support. I don't know if anybody else does.
Okay.
I know for sure I'm gonna get the hydration, which is
the what?
Bottle of hydration.
Oh, I was looking at that too.
Yeah. This is to the people at home know, it is a bottle that keeps water or your sports drink of choice at perfect temperature. Once per day, you can drink from this bottle and gain 10 temporary hit points. Since I'm doing a lot more offensive stuff, I figured this might be a good thing to have.
Yeah, I find everything you do to be offensive, so that tracks. No,
that's fair.
Yeah, you can buy that.
All right.
And I've mentioned this before. The stuff that is on that list is not like there's one item. There are multiples. They've got racks of bottles of hydration. If more than one person wanted to buy one, I might make the caveat that you can only benefit from a bottle of hydration once per day, and that like you can't buy 3 bottles of hydration and then like chug them before every match. I might change my mind on that if you wanted to buy more than one, because again, you can only have up to 10. You can only have one source of temporary HP at a time, so you couldn't drink like 3 and gain 30 temp HP.
Right, and that's kind of what I figured. I figured that like it was either so like I have that one spell, the Armor Bag of Fists, that gives me
Mhm.
+5 or +10, however spell
Yeah.
slot. So I figured it had to be one or the other. So
Yes. Yeah. They don't stack. But yeah, you can get that. It's 275 gold.
word. I still have 350, but I have no idea what to buy.
I just
Start
get
saving up.
some splint armor, like not fancy.
Yeah.
I'm
What's
not
the
seeing it
price?
on here, but in the book, it's got it's
Yeah, I
heavy,
don't think this-
and it's 200 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, you can buy that. Yeah, I don't think non-magical items are on that list, but you can buy non-magical items too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I just want
yeah.
to get little nice armor.
okay, yeah.
Okay, that's 200.
If I had the gloves of catching and the stick of throwing, would that end up giving me a +3 if I try to block a shot? Or does one supersede the other? Because I know the way the stick of throwing is written, it doesn't actually confer a benefit to blocking, but we're saying because I'm small, it might offset my size penalty a little bit.
Rationally, I want to say that you only get one or the other because the point of the gloves is that you're using the gloves to
Yeah.
catch, and the stick you're using the stick to catch it.
Mhm.
So unless you put the gloves at the end of the stick, I don't really see how
Oh
how
my
that
gosh.
would
Just gonna
benefit.
slowly turn my stick into a Muppet itself.
Yeah, I would say that you get one or the other, not
Okay.
both.
Okay.
Savannah, anything you're looking at besides or are you gonna get the Whistle of Clarity?
I was trying to decide if I wanted the whistle or not. I was also trying to decide if it was worth it to buy the boots. That would give me another extra 5 feet of movement.
Yeah. Nike's boots.
I'm trying to decide. Because
You don't
eventually
know
I'm
who
going to
Nike
want to
is,
get
but
a better weapon, but they're very expensive.
I mean, I might want
Yeah.
Nike's boots so I can have 30 speed instead of 25.
That would be
That might
good
help.
for the little shorties.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and saving up to be able to get like +1 weapons and stuff would be good because I think +1 weapon
They're
in here
1,000.
is 1,000, and then like a +1 wand of the War Mage is like 1,200 or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna save up mine then, because there's really nothing else super like pressing that I need.
mhm.
I think the whistle would be really good though.
Yeah.
I was debating
Same.
buying like a vicious weapon or something because it's not that expensive. But
Vicious
I
weapon.
think
What
I'm
is
gonna wait.
that?
when you crit, it does extra damage, and it counts as a magic weapon. So like it
Oh.
does. Where is it? So like for the maul, because that's what I'm using. If you crit, it's a magic weapon. Then when you crit, you do an extra 2d6. They're pretty cool, but I think I'm probably gonna wait and get a +1. So yeah, I'm gonna buy the whistle.
Okay. All right.
Now I look like
how
a
much-
coach. It's
You do,
300.
that's 300. Yeah. All right. You got yourself a fancy whistle.
I
Yay.
think I am gonna go ahead and get Nike's boots.
Okay.
Let me just do some math. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna save up. So I'm just gonna get the armor, which bumps my AC up another 2. So now my AC is 19 when I'm holding my shield.
Nice.
Okay.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me consider armor as well.
Yeah. Also, I took the like defensive thing. What is it?
The protector.
Yeah, the fighting style of protection, but I haven't used it yet. Oops.
That would be how. That's the one you use your reaction to give disadvantage, right?
Yeah. So I just need to remember that
It's
I
a
have
good
that one because I just forgot it was in there.
That would be
That's a
good.
thing I can do. I can protect my friends when I remember.
Hmm. Yeah, for 45 gold, that's probably worth a 1 bump in AC if I go up from leather to studded leather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that'd be all right.
But my brain doesn't want to do this simple math, so I'm pulling out the calculator.
Like, I don't just always have a calculator pulled up somewhere.
Oh yeah, like I have it pinned to my start bar.
Well, the under armor is pretty cool, but my AC is 16 right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think we talked
So-
about this last time we went shopping, where it gives you that. It just sets your AC to 16. You don't also get dex to it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because otherwise I would take that and have an AC of 20.
Yeah, it's good for anyone
like,
that
casters.
has low AC.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm sitting at 18 AC, and I was like, nah, not useful.
Should we buy some of these energy drinks, you guys?
So yeah, +1 to all con saves per
Consumable
minute.
ones.
It also removes a level of exhaustion, which I'm sure is going to come up. Variety pack.
Yeah, it is a variety pack,
There's
so you don't get
6
to
of
pick the
them.
flavors. That is the downside.
But there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
For 100, so we could pool and just like have those
Yeah,
like
Oh,
on the sidelines
Yeah,
if you guys wanted
I like
to.
that idea.
yeah,
So-
I don't think it's a bad idea.
If we each chip in 25 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I'll do that.
And then they're ours. And
Yes.
Ace and Stranger can't have any.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I just
And I do
25.
want to remind about the Athlete's Choice body oil and the triple.
I was
bubble.
thinking of that too.
Didn't Ace get some of that?
I think so.
I don't know if he's used it yet though, but I feel like I remember him buying it.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and was like, Ace is gonna buy that. And then he did.
Alright, so let's put a reminder somewhere that we have 6 berry flavored energy drinks
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
for
and-
team purposes.
Yeah.
Energy drank. Okay.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Anybody else? Are we all good?
Good.
Okay. All right. You guys make your purchases, stock up on gear, and head back home. Hopping on your wagons and horses and no, you guys have a bus. I don't know. We'll figure out. I need to figure out the exact
Well, because if we're doing
the exact
wagons and
look.
horses, then I just have to walk.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like what a fantasy like team bus would look like. It'd have to be like
Like a double decker wagon.
yeah,
That
kind
sounds immensely dangerous.
I love it.
it'd be essentially like a big old like pioneers like wagon with like a big old like ox pulling it or a couple of oxes because y'all are heavy as a group.
Well, we don't
I'm
travel enough to
imagining-
get dysentery along the way, so.
Yeah.
Imagining
have to-
ox centaurs, and it's just big old, ox bodies and then spindly little human
Very
torso.
beefy. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it would be like longer, but maybe it has like a Picture like a wagon, like without, like it like floats a little bit, so it could be like longer and like fit more people on it, but it like could only float like a few feet off the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
it's
why I'm picturing
Tensor's
that.
floating disc wagon.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the
That's cool.
the exact nature of this later on. You can draw up some sketches for your team bus. But yeah, you guys have to have one because that would be the only thing that makes sense.
Big griffin painted on the side.
Or I was gonna say it
Yes.
is just a griffin shape.
It's like a Trojan horse,
Ooh.
but it's a griffin.
Yeah.
I like
Perfect.
this.
All right. And before you know it, in the matter of days travel, you are back in Grey Coast, home sweet home. So as you all get settled in, the your family and friends and everyone in town greets you. I'm sure there's another celebration the following night with everyone there to celebrate your victory. Let me I'm gonna change up the music again for the scene. You have successfully won your first match. So we're gonna hit a couple of weeks of downtime, same as we did before. I'm gonna get to what your next match is in a second. But during the downtime in preparation, what would you guys like to do?
Training montage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does everyone here have something that they were like working on that they have like to work on proficiency in? I remember a bunch of you
I do.
had that. I don't remember who.
Um,
Some people working towards
I think I
expertise, some
did.
people working towards
Yeah, I was just working on athletics proficiency. It's
Okay.
carrying rocks the size of my body.
So you'll go up another, if it's something that you are going from not proficient to proficient in, you can just add another +1. So I think it brings you up to +2. You guys are at a +3 proficiency bonus right now.
Correct.
Okay. So you're not fully proficient in it, you're getting close though.
And then I think I am
The-
gonna do the thing I joked about in Treffy is just throughout all of this, just eating so many carrots.
Yeah.
I can, and you know, you will hear him sometimes saying, "I can see forever."
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Ah!
Just huddled in a corner, just eating as many carrots as he can, spelling carrot constantly.
you can see through time.
You can roll those 2 trainings into 1 if you just carry around giant bags of carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It's lugging the big bags of carrots back to his lair and then
His
consuming
lair.
Ace is the one with the layer.
Yeah.
them, wrapping them in silk, dissolving them with your acid, and then eating the I don't know. I don't know why Trevor's a spider in my mind. Okay.
That does
We
make
don't-
Treffy even more terrifying.
Oh, you didn't know Treffy had 8 legs?
Yeah. He's a spider halfling.
He's still slow
Um,
because they're very small.
They keep
Oh,
tripping
no.
over each other if
Aw.
it goes too fast. That's
I
why.
love Spider Treffy.
It's just like the head waiter in Corpse Bride.
Yes, it is. Oh no.
Wow. I'm doing acrobatics training. That was
Okay.
weird.
Also something that you're not proficient in.
Right, I had
Right.
the +1, so
Okay, So you just go up to
added
+2.
Getting there.
I don't see anything on my sheet, and I don't recall. I don't think I'm working
don't-
on anything.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Okay, so maybe I should start on something.
If on your settings page under any of your stats you've added a +1,
yeah,
then
oh,
that's
that's a
what
good
you're
idea. Let's
working
see.
on.
Nope, I don't see anything. So yeah, I don't think I
Skipped.
was.
Okay.
I'm gonna check my notes.
No time like the present.
Yeah, let's. Okay, what makes sense?
I think I'm already proficient in athletics, so I think I want to work towards expertise in athletics.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Okay. What I was gonna have y'all do, did I actually make a rule for this? I don't believe I did. I will have you make a roll to essentially, because going from not proficient to proficient is something that I think anyone can do. I don't think that's like requires an intensive or some sort of innate like knack for it. Going from proficient to expertise is something that is not guaranteed. So I think we will make an athletics roll.
Okay.
And we're gonna set the DC at, I'm trying to think of a good standard DC that we can keep at. 15 is probably a good roll.
Okay.
No, I'll make it a little bit less. We'll say 13. So make an athletics check, DC 13. If you succeed, you go up to a +1. If you fail, then you train, but you don't have any progress in it this go around.
All right. That's a 7.
So unfortunately not. You could do other things with your time. That doesn't have to take up all of your time, but during those 3 weeks, you're unable to make any progress towards expertise.
Yeah, I have a +5 in athletics, so I think so I rolled a 2.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just realized I could prepare 9 spells now. So many.
Tugless is. I think my role playing is that Tugless is just plateauing. He doesn't.
So close to breaking through. Just
Yeah.
Just keep at it.
Or does he just get bored halfway through and is like, I don't want to do this?
I think it's one of those things because I have a 6 in survival and a 5 in athletics, where it's just like his life up to that point has just been maintaining that. It's like, I guess I could work on this, but I think it's like halfway through, like, this is boring and hard.
I am imagining like him and Alessa and Treffy all training together, and then just like halfway through him leaving, and then being like, oh, okay.
So
Alessa doesn't think it's boring.
Hard enough.
I don't think this is boring. Alessa is also, I think, pretty easily entertained.
Okay, I already have athletics.
Okay.
It's a proficiency, so if I wanted to up that to expertise, I need a roll as well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At least for stage. This can be like another multi-stage sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, so you'll go up +1 from wherever you're at.
All right. Athletics check. Boop. Well, that's natural 20 for a total of 27.
Nice. Okay. You do very good. You go up to from +1, whatever, on top of whatever your normal bonus was, and you make some progress towards becoming an expert.
Heck yeah.
I think that's going to be the next thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all just like lifting weights on the beach? Is that what's happening?
That's what it sounds like.
Love it.
Some of you are lifting weights, and then every once in a while, Alessa does a flip.
Yeah, that's how that works.
A
I would
flip.
say you're benching Treffy, but that's not all that much.
It's not
Based
that
on
much.
how much I can lift.
Yeah, you could do hand curls with Treffy.
Yeah,
Let me see.
as like a light warm up.
Wait,
Yeah.
I did this math and I forgot. Hang on.
You lift
'Cause I
Treffy for
get-
like tone, not for like bulk.
I'm lifting Treffy with like just like each finger. Like
Okay.
It's about reps, it's about the number of reps, not the amount of weight.
let me see. What's my strength? score? Hold on.
Anybody else have anything? Oh, yeah.
I was doing the math again. I can push, pull, drag, and lift 2,160 pounds.
Yeah.
I think we did this before. That's
Whoa.
X number of Treffies. So that was, what was it?
Yeah.
2,100?
2,160.
How do you compute that number?
It's your strength score times 30, and then I have two different things that double mine.
So that
Oh.
is almost 62 unburdened Treffies.
Okay. The score or the modifier?
The score.
Okay.
score. Yeah, score
Times
times 30 is
30.
your normal
Mhm.
push pull.
Yeah, and
drag.
your carrying capacity is your score times
That's
15.
pretty good.
I wrote all of this stuff and also the jumping distances, like the formulas. I wrote all this on my sheet because I always want to know, and then I always have to find in the book.
Said
can,
Ursus is 540.
40.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
I'm
good.
420.
Ye-
That tracks.
Oh my
That's why
gosh, I wanna
Tuglas keeps
write this
missing
somewhere.
training.
That
He's
makes a lot
fucking
of
high
sense.
all the time.
I mean, not gonna say no.
It's okay,
Uh,
you're an adult. Tuglas can do whatever he wants. He's an adult.
So, if we didn't talk about this last time on stream, you guys did all level up
Oh yeah.
for your victory and then weeks of training. I think you have a particularly intensive training session. One of your first days. I think Coach Yuri is like motivated to like get you guys in shape, and
An
as
emotion.
you are on the beach training and getting yourself get yourselves nice and sweaty, there you see coming down like the cliffs, this path leading down from the cliff, you see Alden Tross.
Oh, he never goes away.
Huh? You should say drugs away.
I said he never goes away.
Oh, it never goes away. I think the drugs away, like hide the drugs.
Hide the
Hide the
drugs!
drugs.
The cops.
Hide the drugs. The promoter's here.
Yeah, he comes down. I think
Douglas.
he's wearing a suit still, even though it's kind of warm out right now. But he has like a parasol to keep himself out of the sun. I'm imagining the beginning of Jurassic Park. The guy that looks like the secret agent. Yeah, except wearing like a green suit.
Yeah.
He comes down onto the beach and goes a little bit through the sand and kind of motions for you all to come up to him. And Coach Yuri just stands there, like doesn't even turn his back. Just make him come over here. Don't just ignore him until he gets here. And he like sort of motions, and you hear him calling, like, "Hey, over! God damn it!" And he like comes trudging through through the sand, and it's like, "This is gonna get all in my shoes now. Can you not hear me?" And Yuri turns around and says, "Oh, I didn't know you were here, Alden. Hey, everyone. I guess Tross has something he wants to say. What's up?" And Alden says, "Well, I have some important news that I thought you'd all be excited for, but I guess I can hold on to it for a bit."
She growls.
What is she doing right now? I don't know if you guys heard that.
I did.
She's upside down on the couch and has her head is like just like. I thought she was dreaming for a second.
Aw.
She just likes to roll around.
She's about to start barking at me. He says, I thought there'd be some news that you'd be excited to hear, but I guess I can hold on to it until after you're done with your training or.
Well, come on, you
practice
came
or-
all the way over here. Give it up. Come
Yeah.
on.
You can get all that sand in your shoes for nothing.
I'm actually bored, so whatever.
You're that bored.
Shoves him.
Like, all right.
Coach Yuri glares at you and says, "We'll fix that after."
You're going to have to run
and-
laps.
Tross says, "Well, I've just gotten off a conversation with some important people in the league. The new rankings are set to be published in the coming days, and I have some good news. Have improved in the rankings. The Griffins now stand at have gone from 16th in the rankings, if you don't remember before, to 11.
No
Which
shit,
was
really?
a fairly unprecedented jump. The Reef Hunters have fallen to 14, given the poor performance over the first couple of weeks of the season. And you are now poised to potentially qualify for the tournament. So congratulations are definitely in order. I'll have champagne brought to you later once you're done sweating and running and all that. So that's the first bit of good news. The
There's more?
second, well,
I
yes.
think when he announced the rankings, Truffy's silent imaging like fireworks, but it's very weird because there's no sound. It's just the like lights shooting up.
I'm throwing
Just
Truffy in
sparks.
the air. Higher!
He says, yes, some more good news. I have arranged our next match to take place in about 2.5 weeks against the Hungerlon Cobras.
Are they good?
That's the team
Yeah.
that stomped the Reef Hunters last time, right?
Yes, it was. It wasn't quite a shutout from before, but I think the Reef Hunters scored once during that match, so it was 3-1 versus your 3-0.
I was looking at Ursa because she's the one with the book. Like, is that good?
I'll let you do your research and strategizing over your opponents. They are currently ranked 8th in the league right now, so it put up a good performance as you did this last week, and you'll definitely see yourselves climb into the top 10, if not the top 5.
And you'll be
And
right
with
there
you-
with us.
Of course, as your promoter and an avid fan of the Griffins. Yay! Go Griffins!
Why aren't you wearing like a Griffin shirt or something?
We have
Well,
merch yet?
Your suit isn't the right color. We're not green.
Oh, I suppose I could get a gray suit,
Like a
or a
gold-
gold suit,
Like gold or gray.
or gray.
Could get like a big gold like Griffin pin.
Right. Well, I'll look into that. We're heading towards the winter months. Maybe something a little bit more seasonal is in order.
Or, you
I'll-
know,
I'll-
to support the team you love so much.
Consider it. But congratulations. We've also, in the coming weeks, I have been on the communication with Lord and Lady DeWitt, the owners of the Griffins, of your team. They will be coming by for a visit soon to celebrate your success. They're off holiday from their current home in Vale Forge. I'm not really sure where at specifically, but they should be coming by for a visit too. So I'd advise to spruce the place up a bit, look busy, be impressive.
We are.
Right.
Impressive.
I meant busy, but also impressive, I think.
Why
Right.
don't both?
Well, that's all of my news. I'm sweating miserably out here, so I'm going to head back up. Congratulations again. He goes like trudging through the sand.
Oh, I love messing with him so much.
I could tell.
Does he know that there are other clothes that are not suits? They're not nearly as hot that he can wear. Should we tell him?
Nah. We'll let him sweat. It's
Seems
funnier that
miserable.
way.
I
Well,
don't know. They say beauty is pain.
I guess.
Alright, we're
Pain
the
in
best
the
and call it a
ass.
day. 11th place.
11th. Anything you guys want to do? With this knowledge, you guys want to research your opponents
Yes,
or
I
anything
do.
like that? With
That's
your
a good idea.
Sure.
I can give you some information, and then we'll take our break. So you pull out your Thunderball handbook to look over the stats for the Cobras. Their stadium that's listed in the guide is the Underdome Arena, which is a subterranean arena that's actually under Hungerlong.
Ooh.
So it'll be a little different than any place you've played previously. They have 5 current members registered on their team. Their captain, Lege Bouvard, is a human caster, a wizard. Specializes and has his degree from the school of divination. So is an excellent sort of tactician on the field. The other members of the team, there's 2 very prominent, very popular members that you might have heard of, the Ukrefe brothers, which are 2 half-orcs, brothers, as the name would imply. One is a cleric, the other one's a barbarian. And then they have 2 other members, Vero Hafo, who is a rogue, and Sola Weflin, who is a fighter, battle master.
Punchy.
Yeah, it's interesting that they have a wizard as their captain. Don't see that
Yeah.
as much.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of casting happening, a lot of buffing too.
Probably got the strategy brain. They've got at least one who plays like me.
Well then, what would you say is your greatest weakness in the sport? And so how do we stop them?
It's tough to say. Spells for me are hard to overcome, generally. I would say.
Got it.
Don't forget, you can also use the book. I gave you the names and classes just because I figured you'd want those. You can learn their starting positions too, if it matters. I mean, they tend to switch around a lot based on some of the rule changes we've made. There's probably not much stock to be had in that. And then you can learn if their stats are higher, lower, or equal to your own.
Oh.
Yeah, let's learn them stats.
I don't really want to go through like all of their stats, but if
Yeah.
there's something specific that you want to know, like the barbarian's intelligence or like the wizard's strength score or something like that, just to like confirm numbers, you can do that too.
Perhaps a wisdom score on one of them?
Or to like find out who's stronger, Alessa or
Ooh, I want to know that
scores
one.
would be good.
I want to know who's
You wanna
stronger
know
between
who's
Alessa and
stronger
the barbarian. Yeah.
Did you say the brothers were orcs or half-orcs?
Yeah.
half-orcs.
I think that one's just fun
Between-
to. Yeah, this is just a fun one to know.
So the 2 brothers, the Ikrefe brothers, there's Epel, who is the cleric, war domain, and the other one is Ipa, who is a Path of the Ancestral Guardian barbarian. What's your strength score?
18.
Equal.
Oh, heck.
Pretty strong. Hey, we are the same amount of strongness.
Curious about
Congrats.
the I'm curious about the cleric brother. You said war domain?
That's a punchy cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real strong too.
Yeah, I have a feeling those brothers are gonna be doing a few combo attacks happening.
Why would you play a sport with your brother if not to do things like this?
Yeah.
That's what I would
yeah.
do if I had a brother.
Good point.
Any other comparisons you want to make? Or we can go and take a break and you can think about it and talk about it amongst yourselves if you
Yeah.
have some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Let's do that. So let's go and take our break. Always strategize and stuff for the next match. We'll see if we actually get to the match before the end. I don't think we will, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. And we will be back soon to continue our session. So stay tuned.
Check out the stream store while we're gone.
Welcome back, Internet, and thank you for hanging out with us during our break. We'll do more announcements and stuff at the end for everything coming up in the next week. But for right now, let's go ahead and jump back into the game. So as things currently stand, you just learned your rankings in the current Thunderball League polls. Learned that you have jumped up 5 spots to the 11th ranking in the Battle of our Thunderball League. And that you have a match in about 3 weeks against the Hungerlon Cobras, the number 8th ranked team. Given all that, you're doing a little bit of reconnaissance and research using your Thunderball handbook against the opposing team. I mentioned before we went on break, if there's anything else that you want to ask, any other comparisons you want to make, anything you'd like to know before we move on.
I think we would like to know wisdom scores.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I took a bite of spoon and couldn't respond.
Okay, so wisdom scores compared against who?
Who has the highest wisdom? I would assume our cleric does.
Let's see. My wisdom's 15.
Mine's 16.
Okay.
I'm sure mine's lower.
All right. So compared against a
14.
6. Oh, it's not bad.
That's not
Compared
as bad
against
as
a
I thought.
16, I'm missing someone's sheet. Who I have 4 sheets up. Oh, wait, there it is. All right. Going down the list. Can compare it against a 16. Lage, the wizard, is lower. Epple, the cleric, is higher. Ipa, the barbarian, is lower. Furrow, the rogue, is lower. And Sola, the fighter, is also lower. So everyone's lower except for the cleric.
Oh, we're gonna have a cleric off.
Yeah, his is higher than yours. So,
Well, I'm just thinking, if we're worried about the wizard being a tactician, maybe I just be the infiltrator, pop over and hold person on him, and then he's just stuck.
Love it.
Oh. Also, I like the additions to the map that have been made. This is nice.
Thank you. I've been
Oh,
practicing.
I've got too many things up. I can't.
That's
My
good.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
I
Wait,
hope
don't
you
give-
have taken a screenshot for the Discord later.
No, I'm going to. Don't give other people credit for my hard work. I'm gonna screenshot it.
It's beautiful.
Okay, you can
Uh,
delete it if you want.
Any other questions? Comparisons? For the sake of spellcasting or bragging rights?
Because wisdom is like the main saving throw that you get into with spells, Truffy, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all my saves are wisdom. Well, actually, no, because I did swap out Crown of Madness for Hunger of Hidar when I leveled up for an AoE
Ooh.
thing. So that does dex saves, but that's, so interesting that. Yeah, okay, so that's an all or nothing save for if they end their turn in the area. And it does
For
different
Hunger
stuff.
of Hadar.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for those unfamiliar, 20-foot radius sphere appears, can't see inside, and there's just lots of creepy tentacle things. Mostly is usually my headcanon for this, but creatures that start their turn in the area take 2d6 cold. Creature that ends its turn needs to make a dex save or take 2d6 acid damage as milky otherworldly tentacles rub against it.
Milky is probably the worst possible word that they could have put in there.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
That's a bad descriptor.
I love
Wait,
it.
there-
So,
Ugh.
or its Crown of Madness
Milky
then,
white tentacles.
yeah, had been a one-person spell. This will allow me to do some area stuff that's not just fear.
Love it.
Oh, and I did also
Some
pick up
radio
Wall of
larva.
Fire.
Love it. I got more hit points.
Cool.
I have a lot now. That's my big thing.
From leveling.
Since we're saying what we're good at,
Yeah,
I have 82 hit points. It's
Holy
actually a lot.
that's almost double what I have.
My constitution's an 18.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my other big stat I put in constitution. So
You're a squishy cleric, Douglas.
Yeah, I am.
yeah, you
Well,
are.
Well, it's because I'm a tiefling too. Right? That's part of it. Like,
Yeah, you didn't get any con bonus.
no, I have a 12.
It's okay. I'll protect you.
I have more con.
Because we are probably gonna need healing in this next game.
Yeah,
Good thing
So
we got that
maybe
bottle of
you-
hydration.
yeah.
Maybe you don't go on the offensive and piss them all off next game.
Well, one of the things that I was looking at in the war domain, seeing what spells they get, and I was like, oh, they could get spirit guardians.
Mhm.
Oh no, and I don't want to ask because
Oh
yeah, I'm not gonna ask because
All clerics can get spirit
no.
guardians.
Mhm.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But because there is a cleric on the other team.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just gonna have a laser battle.
This might be a hit 'em hard, score fast game.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, since I have the Invocation Devil Sight now, you just need to put darkness on me and I just fly and zoom to the
Whee!
pedestal. They're not going to be able to see to do anything.
Yeah, I have darkness
That's
and I have
sneaky.
fog cloud too. So
Well, fog cloud I can't see
Sneaky.
through. Darkness I can see just fine.
I'll just scoop you up. I'm probably taller than the fog cloud. Just imagining like a fog cloud and it's like Alessa's head sticking out of it. Just running.
I like it.
It's not helpful, but it's funny.
All right. No other questions. If something comes up later on, let me know. So you have the couple weeks to train. You work on more calisthenics on the beach, and that's how it mostly goes for the next 2 weeks. You improve, you get better, you coordinate, you come up with some plays with your coach, who Yuri's getting more into it at each passing day. I think showing a little more motivation. Starts going on morning runs with all of you on the beach as the beginning of your training before you get going for the day. He's in pretty good shape still for his age.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If we have any like fun practices, like scrimmages or anything, I invite my dad because he probably doesn't travel that much.
Okay. What was your dad's name? I felt like it was like Harvey or something.
Harvey? Or Henry.
Yeah,
Harvey.
it was Harvey.
It was Harvey.
H-A apostrophe A-R-V-E-Y. Is the way I
I
spelled
invite
it.
him because he probably doesn't travel that much because he's got business to run. But
Okay, yeah. Harvey stands up on the cliffs and cheers down to you as you're practicing your smashing with your maul. You're jumping and you're flipping and all that
Thanks, Dad.
acrobatic stuff. Yeah. Says, good job, sweetie. I don't know what he sounds like.
That, I guess.
Yeah. It's me, Harvey. That's
I
what
don't know
says.
why he does this. I don't call him Harvey.
It's me, your dad. Gonna sit up here and smoke my Marlboro Lights and cheer you on.
No, you're
I don't
not. No. You can't just make my dad a smoker. I forbid it.
Okay. But yeah, now he cheers you on. I think a lot of your friends and family in the town get more into the sport, considering how you guys are doing, bandwagoners, that sort of stuff. But people come to like cheer you on, bring some fruit snacks to your practices and all that good stuff. In the last week leading up to the match, you are informed by Tross that Lord and Lady DeWitt are going to be visiting Grey Coast, and there is like a small kind of like celebration planned. They're going to have a little bit of like a she has a ball and just throwing it around.
Yay.
They're gonna have like a little bit of like a gathering, something like everybody's gonna like a small feast, whatever the town can bring together. It's a fairly small town, and the DeWitts are like the lords of multiple towns in this area, so they don't visit like that often. So it's kind of a big deal. And sort of towards the middle. Okay, you're gonna have to stop that. Hey, you. Okay. At some point, like late morning, early afternoon, you see a couple of carriages approaching in the distance, and within 30 or 45 minutes, the town is abuzz as stepping out from the carriages are the Lord and Lady of the town. They're human, older. They are dressed in kind of like some of the more traditional, like heavy silk and embroidered like clothing of the Balamar region, something that's very popular amongst the nobility. They have very dark tan skin, and Lord DeWitt has like a shaved head with tattoos running along the back of it. And a sort of the word like a ponytail leading out from the back of his head that's like heavily braided and clamped with like gold rings. Lady DeWitt wears the same kind of heavy silks and has a veil that she wears while out in the sun, and they begin to sort of greet people, and the town mayor and the elders of the town come to greet her, and before you know it, they are standing in front of you, and Lord DeWitt says, so Griffins, it's been I'm sure you're very busy. My wife and I wanted to congratulate you on your recent win, and the prosperity that you're bringing to our region here. I wish you continued success in the months to come. We're looking forward to watching your match next week in Hungerlawn. So good luck. And Lady DeWitt nods as well. And before you know it, they've just walked off. And it's like there's so much pomp and circumstance, and Coach Yuri kind of stands there and it's like, is that it? And Tross, who's been following them the whole way, walks off with them and continues to kind of talk. And Coach Yuri says, I guess that was it. I don't get the impression that they really know what's going on, but thank you all for cleaning up at least.
Yeah, it's good that they dropped by at least. Nice to see who's sort of paying our bills.
And then you see Tross break off and comes walking back to you, and walking next to him is a gentleman that is dressed very similar to Tross, wearing a dark suit, maybe a little less ostentatious, wearing like kind of a darker gray, has like a high necked shirt underneath, and a black like ascot. He is tiefling, and he is also wearing like a big kind of shit-eating smile as he approaches. Just like he and Tross matching each other perfectly. And Tross steps up and says, "That was great, all of you. Thank you for approaching. The feast will begin shortly, and you're welcome to stay. We have a table set up for you, but if you need to train, the Lord and Lady understand and appreciate your presence." Before that, however, I wanted to introduce you to a colleague of mine. This is Oswan Darby, the current organizer for the Hungerlon Cobras. And Oswan gives a bow and says, "I am happy to meet you here today. I wasn't sure if I'd get a chance to talk before the festivities began. This is somebody we can move privately to have a conversation with your team. I have a proposition to propose."
Those kind of talks, I'm sure we could find somewhere.
Alden gives a smile and looks a bit irritated that whatever this is being sprung on him, and says, "Of course, let's head over this way," and leads you off to the side, away from like the main square, and down one of the side streets of the main kind of central hub of Great Coast. And as you get away and kind of out of the sun, ducking underneath an alcove, Oswan removes his hat and says, "I am here as a representative of the Hungerlon Cobras, and the team is very much looking forward to your..." no, sorry, I'm using the wrong voice. I'm a representative of the Hungerlon Cobras, and this team is our team is very much looking forward to our match with you next week. We, as you might know, and I'm sure your promoter here gives a sideways look at Tross, and says, is aware that many teams engage in some competitive bargaining for matches, especially once you have reached the prestige that it takes to make it to the top 11. I'm sure with over time you will eventually make it to the top 10, and perhaps we'll even see you at the tournament. But with all that being in the future and the current stake that you have in the marketplace, as you might say, I'm willing to offer a friendly wager on behalf of our team. If you're interested, I can propose the details and leave it to you to decide. And your promoter here, Mr. Tross, will communicate your decisions. So, are you interested in... well, as I said, a wager on the outcome of the coming match. Grey Coast here is a fairly small town. You don't have many of the assets that many of the larger cities do, like Hungerlon. In fact, do you have an arena here? He kind of looks around and Yuri says, "No, we don't." But you know that. And Oswan smiles and says, "Of course. Well, a small town and a newer team such as yourselves, I'm sure that assets are scarce. So we're willing to make a deal, which is very well weighted in your favor, if I might say so myself. If you're to win the next match, Hungerlon will make a donation to Grey Coast to have the stadium built here in Grey Coast for the Griffins. To your specifications, of course. Within budget, we'll set the exact figures aside. When the time comes, I'm sure somewhere around the sum of 75 to 100,000. And Alden kind of nods, says, "I'm sure that would be a good starting figure. We could negotiate for a higher price. and the terms if your team were to prevail. And also says, well, as I said, weight is in your favor. If Hungeron is to win, we will provide the same funds to Grey Coast. But those funds would go towards purchasing the Griffins. The team, its rights, its use. We would take over management. I will, of course, you will need approval of the current owners, Lord and Lady DeWitt, but I have spoken with them along the way here, and they are amenable to this arrangement. In fact, I was given leave to make the wager with them directly, but they said due to their minimal oversight of the team, they would prefer that the coach and team members, yourselves, had the final say as to whether or not to accept this offer. So it falls on you. You need not make the decision right now. Feast is about to begin. I am very hungry and will go to eat. I just ask that you make your decision before the night is over.
Right.
He gives a smile to Alden, who gives kind of a forced smile back, and walks off back towards the festivities.
I hate it. That's just Douglas says it, waits to get out. He goes, I hate it.
It's certainly something.
Yeah, I mean, something about it rubs me the wrong way, but at the same time, it sounds like a pretty good deal. I mean, so I guess this is thinking if they take over, in the slim chance in the parallel universe where we lose, what
Yeah.
would be the actual consequences of them taking over?
So new management of the team, and they
Okay.
would have the sort of final say on the on personnel, staffing, things like that. They could take over. I mean, they could change the coaching. They could hire new recruit players. They could completely dissolve the team. So
Nervous about.
Mm-hmm.
I assume Alden explains that too.
Mhm.
He says, it's a fairly large offer, though. Hard to walk away from the opportunity to have your own stadium built here. That would certainly help with some of the publicity and bringing in some more revenue for the town and for your team specifically.
Yeah, but if we lose, is it even ours anymore?
That's the risk. If you lose, I lose my job because Oswan would take over. I assume Yuri would probably lose your job as well. And who knows? It could be a ploy just to get the Griffins out of the way. Should you win your next match, that would not look good for the Cobras. They'd be in danger of falling out of the top 10 rankings. And if they were to dissolve the team that defeated them, then they'd have less competition as we head into the tournament. If I were to make a guess, I would say that is their goal here, to ensure the victory regardless.
Well, if they want to buy the team, why do they don't just do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused by. Why go through this whole? Why go through the whole game if they just want to buy the team?
Doesn't seem like
Well-
Lord and Lady care that much.
Do it.
Do it.
That's what I said.
yeah, that's yeah.
Right.
This is the
Well-
native accent of the continent. You should really not be so judgmental.
Right. I'll work on my pronunciations. The Lord and Lady, they are not the most involved owners. I'll be the first to admit, but they do respect. They do respect Yuri here, and they respect the autonomy of your team. They have enough money as it is, and I doubt there's any figure that Hungerlon is willing to offer for something like this that would really entice them one way or another. I think they're more interested in the team making decisions for itself. They're sort of hands-off in that way. And that was the decision that they made specifically when this was broached to them, the subject of purchasing the team. They refused to sell it outright. This wager was then offered, and they left it up to your decision.
Well,
So it sounds like if we win, they get to look good. But if we lose, we look terrible. And they look fine.
If you
That's a good
lose,
way
I
to
think
put
we're
it.
all done. So
well,
it's
no, I
definitely
mean,
more at risk.
ourselves, you know the most about this, and I mean, you sort of are managing the team. What do you think?
I mean, it is one way to get rid of a team that you are scared of.
I think that's what it is. They're scared of us. They saw us take out the reef people.
The Reef Hunters.
Reef
The
hunters.
people.
We've
That's
had
what their
a
fans
lot.
are called, reef people.
Listen, we've had a lot to drink in the last couple of weeks,
Are
I
they
think.
reef people or reefers?
Um,
And
Oh,
when it's
boy.
reefer madness.
they saw us take out the other team in a shutout game. They're scared. They're running scared, and they're trying to win us over with money
Okay, but
and threats.
if we say no, I mean, if we say no, do they just keep offering more money until the Lord and Lady sell the team?
Trust says, I imagine if that was their first tact, they made offers and none were accepted. This is their plan B. So I don't think that's a threat here. I'll say this. You might not gather this about me, but I can be fairly fiscally conservative when it comes to making these sorts of bargains. I know I don't dress that way or act that way, but I'm not really big on taking unnecessary risks.
You? No.
So I completely support your decision to reject this offer if that is the way you're leaning. Of course, I don't see any other way that we will have a stadium built in this town. Maybe over multiple seasons, if you build up enough revenue in the coming years, have enough success, maybe you save up enough and get a sizable donation from the doeths themselves to start to have a stadium constructed. But if that is not a pressing concern of yours, if you're more concerned with winning the match and not having these sort of distractions, then I support your decision either way.
Yeah, I mean, do we even really need a stadium? Would be nice, but playing on the beach has been lots of fun and been working out just fine.
Well, we could have games here, though. Real games.
I think Douglas starts to go into a rant about how this is all like building a stadium is just about tax write-offs, and when it doesn't actually support the city, and the arena is actually going to become a sinkhole, for that, and all about the civic pride and like town pride. He kind of goes off for a little bit, and
now
then
this isn't being run by the NFL.
I mean, I'm thinking of, how many people were at the game in Colrock? Could have all these people traveling and coming into our city, and it could be really good for a lot of us, especially maybe if your parents are small business owners like mine.
That's true.
Versus
It would
guild?
definitely put us more on the map, as it were.
But we are risking, well, your job, Yuri.
I mean, I'd find a new one, but yeah, probably wouldn't be doing this.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you for your support and emotional attachment.
He laughs and says, "Listen, I didn't think I'd ever say this, but I agree with Tross here that it might be an unnecessary risk, given everything that's happening. But it would also be a hell of a reward if you guys were able to pull it off. I'm just trying to not let our small brush with success color my opinion too much."
Well, we have our eyes fixed on the top, and maybe someday we'll get the stadium. I
Also,
think that if we turned out number one, that's people would be scrambling to donate to.
Also,
what are
us. What are the Thunderball official rules about like insider betting?
Oh, there's none. There's absolutely none. This is totally above board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a heavily regulated industry. You guys stab each other. Like
We do stab each other.
Well, I thought that's why it would be regulated.
No, I think without having to role play all the conversation, if you guys wanted to ask about that, but yeah, no, I mean this sort of thing is done between towns and stuff. It's not a big deal. This is still an aristocracy, so
okay, all right, good to know.
Do we think it's too big a risk? We could lose horribly in the next game.
I think Tugless is just absolutely not. We're not doing it. That's he may be chaotic neutral, but that's too chaotic for him.
Too much.
He's so chaotic that he doesn't want us to have a stadium.
There you
That's
go.
what the man wants.
So, sounds like a consensus has been reached. Stranger, Ace, you agree? Oh, good. So, I'll tell them that we've declined their offer.
I imagine if Ace were here, he would probably have shot a fireball at the other guy.
Either that or Ace would be all for taking the bet.
Yeah, I can't decide which way, whether he'd fireball of you and then accept the offer or fireball the other people. There would be a fireball involved somewhere.
It'd probably get we'd just be dead, all of us.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't say this will probably make them very happy, but screw them.
Yeah, screw their happiness.
They don't own us.
All right. And Tross goes walking off.
This is a good thing.
I'm sort of shocked that
they're
Tross
scared of us.
Yeah, I'm sort of shocked that Tross was not on board with this.
And
Yeah, I
he
didn't
did say
expect
his
that
job
either.
would be on the line too.
Yeah, true.
That makes sense. Not willing to risk his own ass.
Or his suits.
All right. Well, go eat, shake hands,
Finally.
enjoy yourselves, and we'll get back to training tomorrow.
All right.
Starving.
All right.
Need
So
a carbo load.
with that being
Yum.
said, you guys all get a brief break from your heavy training schedule for the last couple weeks. Get to eat and get to know a little bit more about your team's owners, the DeWiths. You can tell that I think Oswan does not seem to be he has more of a forced smile throughout it. Doesn't seem super happy with the way that with you declining his offer, their offer. I mean, he's not the one that made the offer, just an intermediary, but you can tell that it's those of you with higher insights, at least, that irks him slightly. So you have a couple more days until the match against the Cobras, and I will leave it up to you because we got about an hour left. we can go ahead and move forward and start the match, or we can wait and you guys can do any other, like, if we have anything else that you guys want to do for the next few minutes and then end the session early. But it's up to y'all. I don't really have anything else planned.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards waiting, but I also want to know what your idea was that you were saying of what you would be having the others do. Or
Oh yeah, he did say that. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm sitting more towards like waiting as well. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have? Is that where we want to go? Is there anything anybody wanted to do? Because, like I said, we've got time, but we could call it early.
I would say that like during the festivities, like when there is a time to talk with the duets, Ursa would just like thank them for letting us make the decision.
Okay. Yeah, you find Lord Duith like towards the end of the meal, and they're just sort of drinking, having some light conversation, and you approach and what do you say exactly?
Lord and Lady Duet, I just wanted to say thank you for allowing us as the team to decide. We understand that you were approached about this wager early on and that you left it up to us, and we're grateful for that.
Lady DeWitt smiles. Her veil's been pulled back, and as I said, they're an older couple in like their early 60s, and she has short cut, like grayed, almost white hair, and she says, "Oh, it's no trouble at all. We spoke on it, and we've obviously provided as much support as we could to the team over the years. We know very little, to be candid, about the workings of owning a team. We actually purchased the team years ago when Yuri approached us about starting it, and funded this team because our son encouraged us to. And it's been enjoyable. We catch a match every now and then, but haven't really followed it that much. And we're surprised when we learned about your win the other week. We unfortunately were not present at the match, but we began to receive many letters and correspondence inquiring about the ownership of the team from many cities, which, as I said, surprised us. Hungerlon made the most competitive offer, and we spoke on it for some time and came very close to accepting. But you have a upstanding promoter who spoke to us in great length about the promise that you have and what would perhaps happen if we sold the team to a larger city like Hungerlon. And well, he was very persuasive. So we will let you continue to do as you see fit. It's no real burden for us either way, and we're enjoying seeing the town prosper as it is, and everyone seems very happy about it.
Thank you, and hopefully we can bring even more success.
I hope so. I'm very excited to see the match next week. It's been a few years since I've been to an event like this, so it will be quite exhilarating, I believe. And the Lord with kind of mumbles it between sips of wine and says, "Yes, I believe so." Nice smile, and she says, "But no need to thank us. The thanks should be for you. You and your teammates have done a lot to bring put our little town here on the map. So congratulations, and best of luck next week."
Thank you. We've been working hard, and I think we are going to do many more great things.
So you head back and enjoy the rest of your evening. Anything else anybody wanted to do?
Do we know who this son is?
I was about to ask.
I don't think.
See this asking in the chat.
Oh yeah, I don't think you know. I think maybe general word if you ask a couple people around the town, it's like that people are aware that the DeWitts have an adult son. Nobody knows like where he's at right now. He doesn't live with them. He doesn't work their estate.
Okay.
I think the most you would know is that he's working or has some business somewhere else in Balabar.
It's Tugless.
Yeah, they just pretend like they don't know him.
Right. That's all there is.
He's gonna be a player on one of the best teams.
Bet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Alyssa's just sitting around with whoever's there, just like pitching ideas for the things that the team could do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like plays, or what do you mean?
Like, no, like other stuff we could do. We're not playing games. So like, if the what did I say? Oh, like if the town is having a festival, like we could do like exhibition matches, or like we should be doing training camps for the kids. We get everybody in Thunderball.
I have a lot of younger siblings who want to be like their big brother. There's like 2 or 3 teams on their own right there among
Right?
my younger siblings.
Oh my god.
We could do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
We don't need a stadium to be cool, but
Yeah.
we can get everyone invested and on board.
We got like beach we can play at. We can like chop down some trees in the nearby forest, make a small field. Yeah, it's not hard. You don't need a big fancy stadium.
We could build like a mini stadium on the beach.
It'd be easy enough. Make some stakes, mark out the field. Not hard. I
Stadium.
bring a couple of tree stumps. Make
Heard
them
the
into
wrong
the
kind of stakes
pedestals.
versus like, I mean, yes, stakes, but how does that help with building a
Mhm.
stadium?
Also stakes. We could have a cook-off.
We could have barbecue, but we could
Cookout, I
we
mean.
could get the kids involved. We could do exhibition matches for things. It's low stakes, but it's fun to watch. A different kind, more stakes.
So many stakes.
I got all of them in there.
Stakes on stakes on stakes.
I should get Tross to write these down. It'll be fun, right?
You
Where
do
is
you
he?
approach Tross with these
Tross.
ideas? He's had a few drinks, but you find him on the edge of the events and the gathering to explain your idea to him.
Yep.
And he says, "That's not a bad idea, actually. I'm sure there are lots of young noblings and other, village folk that would be interested in something like that. Especially the noblings. I could maybe have a few contacts, and perhaps while we're on our way there, while we're on our way to Hungerlon, we'll go through a few other towns along our path. We could perhaps leave a couple days early, stop and do some small trainings along the way."
Ursa can make flyers.
I can make tons of flyers. Just give me a minute.
I like this idea, though. I'll be willing to do whatever small part I can in endorsing it. I'll contact people that I know.
Great. Cheaters.
Pulls out his sending cell phone and starts
Just on the phone all the
calling
time.
people.
Just holding a rock up to his ear. But we could do things like this. And on their home, we could have all kinds of things. I don't know
The
what
funniest part-
season it is, but I'm positive there's a festival coming up.
It's fall, so
The-
it'd be like harvest festivals.
Harvest Festival?
Yeah. There we go.
We'd have a big exhibition match.
Harvest exhibition. Yeah.
I'm liking this plan. I can kind of visualize the poster a little bit.
Tross says, after our match with Hungerlon, if it goes well, and even if it doesn't, I mean, you'll have a lot of clout within some of the higher echelons of the league. So I imagine a lot of people will be talking about your team. Just put on a good show and perform well, win or lose. I'm sure we could definitely work something out like that. I'll plan to have some small caps and exhibition matches planned for your after your next match.
Yay! I had an idea.
I was thinking about the fact that he probably like clinks and stuff everywhere he goes, because the sending stone like typically only connects to one other sending stone, so he's just got like 12 of them like tucked into his
like a
jacket
string.
pocket. Yeah,
It's got
like.
yeah.
each one is labeled with like a different name on it to speak with a different contact.
That's amazing.
No, I think he's got a special sending stone that he can call like other people.
Maybe it's like a tablet that has a bunch of little stones in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a
I'm just-
portal.
Just like
I'm just-
push send them in different combinations to contact different people.
Oh.
Maybe they're designated with like numbers or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Right. Well, for the rest of the night, Alyssa is just contemplating a big barbecue with Thunderball happening everywhere.
I think Truffy has rounded up his younger siblings and got like, a potato or something from the feast. It's just like doing a mock Thunderball game with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're just all around like pep talking children and explaining their
Yeah.
positions to them.
All right. I'm going to get 12 children out on the field now.
Yes.
We're going to run a match.
I have that whistle.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
whistle.
I have a whistle.
The
Which
four
makes
of us
me
versus
official.
12 children.
Yeah, so you run some matches for the kids. It's sort of like a
I guess we're just pitting all
proof
of
of concept
Truffy's siblings against each other.
as a proof of concept for this training camp that you're planning on
Truffy's
doing.
pretending to be an arc, and like the youngest ones, he's just doing the like rah thing at them. And they're running
Yes.
away squealing and
Flag
It's
Thunderball.
adorable. Flag Thunderball.
Cute.
Yeah, Pete,
So they don't hurt
Peavy
each other.
Thunderball.
They got
That
little
might
flags
work.
they have to rip
Guys,
off.
this is a really good idea.
You just do like flags representing hit points. So you have
Oh
like
my
10
gosh,
flags
guys,
on you,
we're-
you gotta, like, rip
And
off
we're the
all 10.
arcs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just clobber us.
Yeah. And so we scale
Well-
up. I'm the starting arc, then we
Let's
have
go.
Ursa,
Ursa.
and then
Alessa's
Douglas,
the last
and then
one.
Alessa's
Yeah.
the big one.
Ah,
Oh man.
she's just stomping around.
I really like this idea. I created the game itself. I'm gonna let you create Flag Thunderball and decide
Yes.
what this looks like for when
Imagine
we
it's
do
just
our
like-
next downtime and do some. You guys teach Flag
Just, like,
Thunderball to the
Pare the
youth of-
rules down.
I like this a lot.
I like this idea.
Yay!
Make
I
some money
love
doing that
it.
too. It's a great idea. All right. Anything else? No. All right. Well, I have no problem with ending a little bit early today. We'll let you guys go sooner. You can enjoy the rest of your day. School's over. It's kind of what it feels like letting your class out early. Everyone, you guys, I'm expecting all of you to start picking up your backpacks and stuff right now and just go.
Okay, yeah,
like,
sorry. So
running
let me just
off
clear my
camera.
desk and okay.
I wasn't done talking. Class isn't
Yeah.
over till I say it's over.
Could you
There we go.
not? Could you
There we
not?
go. He's got
Could you
Just-
not line up at the door?
Just like 2
I
minutes.
just a bunch of zippers and we'll just hear jingling and yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go in and call
I'm
it
having
there.
flashbacks.
Um, God, yeah.
Clean up my dice.
So we'll be back next Saturday and hopefully we'll have everyone here for our next match. Let me think. So things going on next week. We've got Slang 101 coming up on tomorrow,
Ooh.
Sunday. I'm going to do a stream before Slang 101 tomorrow around noon, doing some campaign prep session prep for Carbon Banner, which is we're going to be running a one shot of that on Monday. So if you want to get a chance to see how the book works and kind of some of the mechanics of it, come watch. We will on Tuesday have our next session of Eos. On Thursday we'll have our next All Myths Are True, and then back on Saturday for more Thunderball. I think that's pretty much it. Check out our schedule below for all the times and everything, all the other details on when those games are happening. Follow us on Twitter. Of course, follow us here on Twitch. Subscribe if you're feeling frisky. And follow us on YouTube as well. Most of our stuff goes up there eventually. Anything else?
I'll say that sounded like an emergency alert.
Yeah.
Did you say join our Discord? But join our Discord, especially now that a lot of us are home and stuck at home. We've been streaming a lot of video games and stuff on Discord, and people have been hanging out in voice chat. So that's really fun. So if you want to come hang out, somebody's usually around doing something. Yeah, Discord streaming has been super easy. It's a good way, if you want to voice chat with people playing, you can do that. You can also just lurk, mute yourself, and just watch. That's out.
totally fine
But
too.
A lot of us are stuck at home. It's nice to hear other people's voices. So
yeah. Cool. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for playing, and thank you everyone out there for watching. And we will see you next week. And until then, good game. And good night, Internet.
good night, Internet.
Hey.